So just ahead of us in this session at the moment are Gasly and Verstappen, and we're in front of Aitken, Vettel and Zhou. Currently the fastest lap is a 1 minute 26.4. Are you all right? Engine off, engine off.
Well, things didn't really go your way today. Let's have your take. Who would you say is your biggest rival at the moment? You won't be starting at the front of the pack. Are you worried? Do you think this team are performing as well as they could do? Appreciate your time.
Welcome along then to the magnificent Suzuka International Circuit, a stone's throw away from Issa Bay in the beautiful Japanese countryside. What surprises lie in wait for us today in the Japanese Grand Prix? A lap of this historic racetrack covers 3.6 miles, and it's the only time during the season that we race on a figure-of-8 racetrack. The drivers can expect some intense G-forces through the 18 corners on offer here as they experience some of the highest average apex speeds on the Formula One calendar. And keep an eye out for overtakes going into the final chicane. Also here, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about the rookie. No grid penalties, no mitigating circumstances, just a poor qualifying performance and a very disappointing start position for them today.
They'll have a sinking feeling as they look up from the cockpit and realise they're in a different postcode to the start line for sure. But the one positive they can hold on to is that the car is quick and they can make their way through the field.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and Alexander Albon lines up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Gasly, Lance Stroll, and Sainz, Verstappen, Kvyat, Aitken, and Sebastian Vettel, Ocon, Norris, and Guan Yu Zhou, and Latifi, the rookie, Russell, Antonio Giovinazzi, and Nick de Vries, Magnussen, and Nobuharu Matsushita. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
This is our engine supplier's home Grand Prix. Let's give them a race worth watching. Let's get the car up to temperature on this lap. We're learning the gears, so go through them all if you can. Shift up through the gears earlier, it may help save more fuel. Top 10. Spare energy, use your overtake button. Is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. 27, 7th place. Verstappen is ahead of you. The gap is less than a second. They're on old softs. Sainz is behind you. Less than a second separate you. They're on old softs. Our gap to first place is 5.5 seconds. 13 laps until your pit window is open. 24 laps to go. The team want you to shift up through the gears earlier. They think it'll save fuel. Take you this lap. You are in first position, front of the pack, Albon behind. The gap to the car behind is 18.8 seconds. They're on old hards. The pit window is open. Pit window currently open. There are 10 laps to go. Go now. Strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Pace and fuel settings, we won't have enough fuel for the end of the race. Consider lowering the fuel mix. See some rain. ETA is about 15 minutes. We're trailing our teammate by 10.8 seconds. is 1.7 seconds. The lead. There's 5 laps of fuel remaining. To push now. Use your overtake button for more power. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Our gap to the car in front is 2.5 seconds. Understood? Copy that. less than a lap of fuel now. The tank is empty. We advise moving to mix 2, fuel to mix 2. Race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
That's it then for another fantastic Grand Prix here in Japan. A brilliant victory that has thoroughly earned the applause from the sellout crowd here today. And talk to me, what do you think it was that sealed the win for them?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
As we await the winners to take their positions on the podium, one thing is clear. AlphaTauri have really shown their prowess on the track. This is a team that isn't afraid to take risks, whether that's on the circuit or in the new talent they hire. Today, those risks certainly paid off. Let's have a quick look at how the driver standings have changed. The rookie increases their championship lead. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
I have to give it to the rookie. There was a lot going on all down the field, but they were the only one who I really felt maximised their potential.
And it's another title in the bag for Red Bull. After a long and hard-fought season, they've built an astonishing car this year, and the glory they'll be taking back to Milton Keynes is fully deserved. Well, that was certainly an incredible weekend of racing. Be sure to join myself and Ant for more exciting Formula One action soon.
Our new parts have been completed without issue. They'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend.
You're leading the pack, P1, and behind us are Gasly, Sainz, and Albon. The fastest lap at this point in time is a 1:13.3. Here's the top 5 cars as things stand. Gasly, Verstappen, Leclerc, Norris, and Kvyat. The fastest lap at this point in time is a 1:14.4. Fantastic. You've got pole.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top 3 today. The rookie, Verstappen, and Pierre Gasly. Goodbye for now then, but we're really just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
So that was an exciting race from our perspective. Let's have yours.
Great qualifying session. Are you feeling safer ahead of the pack?
Do you have any comments about this team? Appreciate your time.
Here we go then. It's time to race in Mexico City, a place which gave Honda their first ever victory back in 1965. American Richie Ginther won from third on the grid. And what are the Honda-powered cars this year? Well, Red Bull have been going strong here in recent seasons, so can they keep that record going today? At 2,285 meters above sea level, the thin air of the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez poses a unique challenge, not just to a driver's skill, but to the efficiency of their engines as well. 17 corners make up a lap of this 2.6-mile circuit, and you can expect incredible speeds in excess of 220 miles per hour, and overtaking too into the hard braking zones of turns 1 and turn 4. Joining me for the Grand Prix once again is Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about the rookie. That was a solid result in their last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
It's always nice to come into a Grand Prix weekend on a high, but your expectations are based much more on your practice and qualifying runs. So it's the momentum from those sessions that they'll be hoping to carry into the race today.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. The rookie lines up on pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Gasly, Leclerc, Daniel Kvyat, and Albon, Norris, Aitken, Stroll, and Sebastian Vettel, Bottas, Sainz, Nicholas Latifi, and Russell, Joe, Giovinazzi, Nobuharu Matsushita, and Esteban Ocon. They've taken a grid penalty. De Vries and Kevin Magnussen fills the last spot on the grid. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down. Okay, how was the pull away? You'll have a bit more grip than that on the start, but we need to warm the tyres properly now. Make sure you get some heat into the brakes as well. Shifting up the gears a little sooner. This should help us save some fuel. A new strategy is available on the MFD. Virtual safety car, virtuals, are you okay? That was a big one. Confirm you're okay, please.
It's victory in Mexico then, and what a victory it is after an incredible Grand Prix. Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today. What set them apart from the rest?
Well, I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out on the track was today: speed. I know it sounds like an obvious thing to say, Crofty, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
Our winners are heading to the podium right now. AlphaTauri have done an exceptional job when it comes to forging new talent and seeing them take home the victory. Today is a huge positive for the future of the sport. So, let's review the drivers' standings. Not the result our points leader wanted, but it certainly makes things interesting going forward. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
That's got to be the Flying Finn. Wait, how many Flying Fins have we had now? Anyway, I'm talking about Bottas this time. Just great raw speed, and a good job in traffic as well.
And it's another title in the bag for Red Bull. After a long and hard-fought season, they built an astonishing car this year, and the glory they'll be taking back to Milton Keynes is fully deserved. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula One.